CrowdStrike also reporting moments ago. Right now, the stock is lower by almost 7%. The stock's hit all-time highs earlier today. Two large cyber ETFs closing at record highs yesterday. And joining us now is Joel Fishbein, Truist software analyst. He has a buy rating on the stock. Joel, welcome. So what's important here? That they're pretty much hitting the expected targets, but the valuation is such that maybe they have to do a bit better than that?
Yeah, so it was obviously priced for a great quarter, and this was a good quarter, and that's what's affecting the stock today. And we're not surprised by the pullback. It's up, as you talked about in your earlier segment, up 40% year to date. And this is a little bit of a breather right here, and I think it'll be an opportunity for investors to have get a bite at the apple that haven't already been there. We think this is probably the best positioned company in all of cybersecurity, and we think their revenue will double over the next 5 years. So we're not worried about this quarter. As you probably remember, we're running up against the July outage, which created some tougher comps, and we're highly confident, and we'll expect them to talk about this on the call, that they're going to accelerate their growth in the back half of the year.
We've also got Rubrik coming up, cyber resilience being another area in cybersecurity. Why is CrowdStrike the best position? How much of it has to do with that platform approach and how that performs in uncertain times?
Well, there's three things to that. Number one, right, the platform approach. They have 30 different products that feed into that platform, all on a single user base. And that's point number one. Point number two is this cybersecurity has now become about data. Trillions of signals are collected every single day, and that threat intelligence is really what's important to really keep the bad actors out. And the third piece is they're really leveraging AI. They've got a tool called Charlotte AI, and they're using AI to be able to figure out where the adversaries are before and what they're going to do before they actually do it. So those are the things that are really separate them from the pack. In terms of Rubrik, cyber resilience is a really important thing. As you know, many companies get hacked, and people use that hacking as ransom, that data as ransom. And what Rubrik is able to do is to really bring you back up and within sometimes minutes, if not hours, when you're hacked, and keeping your data integrity. So in the event that you are hacked, which many companies are, Rubrik is your safety net there, and this is one of the companies that's also underappreciated in the space as well.
Joel, whether it's CrowdStrike or others in the cyber industry, how would you assess the government opportunity here? On the one hand, a lot of spending by the government across its many agencies into cybersecurity efforts. On the other, you are seeing some consolidation, and I realize this is up for debate now, but you've seen the risk of downsizing via Doge.
Great question. There's no question that under Doge and under some of the cuts, that seat-based companies are going to really be impacted by this, because there's going to be less government workers, right, and less seats there on one hand. On the positive side of this is a lot of the technology is antiquated. I mean, you've seen the videos of what's happening at the FAA, and they're using 1980s technology. That's true about some of the cybersecurity stuff that they have as well, and they haven't modernized in that area. And we attended a company called Zscaler. We're attending their analyst day today, and they're talking about how they're going into the government and actually saving tons of money by consolidating some of that legacy technology and modernizing it. So I think there's going to be some winners and losers. Obviously, seeing some of the system integrators really taking a hit, and some of these legacy cybersecurity guys are going to take a hit as well. But there's also going to be some spending as well. And like you said, what we try to do is we try to de-risk our numbers in March with government exposure, but we still don't know how it's all going to play out.